Now, I was asked by a few people about how my Leatherman sets up. And in one of my videos, I kind of laughed at people when they couldn't afford the Ark Leatherman, and they said $270 or $300 was too much money. And I just kind of laughed at that, because when you start buying all these little extras, you're going to be into a lot of money. And that's if you want the proper setup. Now, some of my tools I have, my sockets, my ratchets are $200. It depends what you consider value to yourself. But if you want a truly working Leatherman for many situations, you're going to have to spend more money. But the case itself was around $100. I got it off Etsy. It took about 4 weeks to come in. I've talked about this case in another video. It holds 2 bit sections, and it holds my black arc. And, and the extension. Now, this extension is very important because of how it connects. Now, let me explain. I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, one thing that is a must is this, and you get that through Leatherman as long as they have them in stock or pay an outrageous amount on eBay. But this allows you to go right, left, or you just turn this, and then it'll make it where it doesn't go left or right. Okay, so it's a ratchet system. So that's nice. And that'll go right into your, let me use my other one here to display this. So here's my other arc. This will help to display. So this can go in here, right? Which really helps with the ratchet system. Okay? Now, this also goes in there, which is your extension. Okay? And that is very important. Now, one of the biggest problems I was always worried about with this setup is this thing here. Now, if I get this and I put something in the end and I give it a twist, could I break this? And I probably could. So the idea was, how do I prevent basically from breaking that? So then, of course, we upgrade to some other tools. Okay. Here's a ratchet system I upgraded to. Okay. Now this ratchet system is different than the other one, because this one allows me to turn it 90 degrees, right? And then get into a tight area. So that one comes in handy. But, and this will slide in the end also, it is designed to go in the end of this, if you want. You see? And we could set it to 90 degrees just by simply pushing a little button, and then we could get in there. But, like I said, I'm kind of scared sometimes of breaking that. So, I went and picked this up. Now, this allows me to get some reef on stuff. So, if you think about it, okay, my bit sections will go in, you see, with this little wrench. And it works with everything else. So that's extremely important. So for example, it will work with the extension. Look at this side. Okay, you see? So now I could run something in the end of this. All right. And now I can really reef down on this, and in no way, shape, or form am I going to break my Leatherman. So if I really got a reef, this is the key. And this is a form of ratchet. Is also what it is. So, now there's 2 other things I bought. And it was, let me move these out of the way for now. and it was these here. Now this one I bought off Etsy, which basically allows it to go in the end of the Leatherman. And then allows me to add a socket to the end. You see? So again, I'm at a loss of, well, what if I really reef on that and then I end up breaking it? That isn't something we want to do, right? So again, I can come into this thing and use the ratchet system, and it goes on the end. And now, basically, I can reef on it, right? And not break anything. At the same time, this will connect to this, so I can use Leatherman's ratchet system if I choose, or I can use this ratchet system, which again allows me to turn around and run a 90-degree with it. So I have a lot of choices, as you can see. There's another thing I bought, and let me show you this. And this lives, okay, inside my Leatherman, right? So when I pull out my Ark out of my case, right, what lives inside my Leatherman is this here. Now you'll notice, okay, this was bought separately. You got to buy it off Leatherman, and basically, it's a window breaker, and that lives in the Leatherman. The other side is a flat. So as you can see, but this is always in my Leatherman. And if somebody's trapped in a vehicle or I need to break a window, I can pull this off my side, pull that out, strike the window, and break it. Or if I'm trapped in the vehicle and I need to get out, then again, strike the window and get out. But that lives in my Leatherman until I need to put a bit in. So let's talk about bits. Now the leather case carries 2-bit selection that you buy off Leatherman. Now, the other thing you don't want to run out of is bits, right? So this comes with it, you know. So I bought 2 bits because the Ark only comes with 1 and you're missing 1. So I bought 2 of these. And these are your flat Leatherman bits. Now these are soft. They're not like super hard or anything like that, like other bits. So again, almost like, do I want to run something and twist hard and break my Leatherman, or do I want to have different selection, right? So I have these. These I bought, and these were not that expensive. They were like $10 each. I'd like to get the other ones in the set, but this is what I have right now. And this comes with pretty much every Phillips, okay? And it comes with an extension bar and an extension Phillips. Now it has clips where I can clip it to something, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then I have this one, which I end up using these quite a bit too. So these are pretty cool. Then I went and bought these. These were like, I don't know, they came in a pack of 5 or something. And I'll have the links to all this stuff in the bottom. And then I could put my own bits, okay, and they go in there stiff. You're going to need your Leatherman, you yank them out. And I could put my own choices in there. Okay, so that's what I did also. So, this is quite a setup, isn't it? Oh, and something else somebody wanted to see. We'll take my leather case, and people are considering buying this. Now, when you order this, he asks you what Leatherman you got. But let's say you bought it for the Ark, and I want to use it for the charge. So this is the charge right here. It will fit. You know, it does go in there. Now I got to stick my finger in the bottom here, my thumb, okay, and then push up, and then I can pull it out. So that's pretty cool. Then I've got the Wave, not the Wave Plus, but the Wave, okay, and it does have a clip on it, and it just slides in a little bit tighter. So I guess he makes it a little bit wider to fit a Wave. But basically, if I decide I want to take a different Leatherman, it will fit in that case. So that's nice. So, all these little pieces are a pain in the butt to access, right? Like, you got to know where they all are. Or else, not going to be much use. So, my Leatherman, my Ark, goes inside the case, okay. My extension bar goes inside the side, okay. And that goes on my belt, right? So we're going good with that. Now, my keys, I don't keep much on them, because if you keep a lot of things on your keys, then you will end up hurting your ignition. But this is where I keep the changeable ratchet system to 90 degrees with a beaner clip here. Okay. Is where I keep this. And then I turn this plastic thing so it doesn't come off no matter what. So that sits right on my keys. So I have my Leatherman, I have my keys. My keys are on me all the time unless I'm in the house, which then I can go get my keys and know where it is. I'm not going to lose it, right? So that is situation number one. But what about everything else? What about these? What about my ratchet system? What about my other wrench? I mean, okay, that's what's going on, right? So where do I keep all that? But before I show you those, let me show you these two things. Now, this one was bought on Amazon, and it allows me to run, okay, a socket set on here. So I can put a socket set right on here. See that? And this end, all right, will go pretty much on any of the situation here. So I can run it here on the extension with the socket, you know, with the ratchet. See that? And I can even run it on this thing if I really want to get some reef on it, right? Instead of using the Leatherman. So that comes in handy. Now, at the same time, if I pull this up like this, I can drop a bit in there. So these ones in the red case that you see here, when I extend this, will go in here. So this is not a ratchet system. This allows me to get some real good reef on it with, say, this tool here. And now it's a ratchet. See? So I want to show you that first. So on the Ark itself, what it allows me to do so here's an Ark, and it allows me to run this in here. Okay. This allows me to run it here. So now I can run my socket on the other end. So not only can I hook it to my wrench, I can hook it to my actual Leatherman. Okay? And these are you know, little tiny tools, right? This stuff can get lost quite easily. So then, how do I carry all this stuff? Now, you've seen how I added the ratchet system to my keys so I don't lose those, right? So there is a method to my madness how I carry all this. So, okay, the leather case here sits on my side, which carries my extension, which carries 2 bits from Leatherman, and it carries my Ark. So that's instant access, right? If I need a ratchet, and I need it fairly quickly, I carry down my keys with a light carabiner. Again, I'll list this carabiner in this in my description for you guys. Okay? So, where do I keep, all right, all this other stuff, which is extra bits, which is Leatherman's ratchet system, which is this little thing. Okay, where do I keep all this? Well, let me show you. Okay, let me explain my madness with this. Now, I carry a sling bag in my everyday carry. And this is a First Tactical Cross Stitch, I think it's called. I'll have a link to it. I looked high and low for different sling bags. I couldn't find anything that had enough padding. I couldn't find anything that was well made. I mean, yes, this costs more than your China garbage, but I'll have a link to it. And it's not affiliate because I don't feel like signing up for their affiliate account. Now, how this bag works is on the front here. I don't know if you can see that. I have a clip where I clip on a camera, a DJI camera, when I'm actually out and about. So when I leave my truck, this goes on. I push the button on the DJI camera, and everything is turned off. You don't see the red light. You don't see nothing. It doesn't even look like it's recording. That's how that camera is set up. So no matter where I go, I have everything recorded if a situation arises. I also carry on the side, okay, a tourniquet on this side. And I do carry some more tourniquets in the big section. But this video ain't about that. So how do I carry everything else? Well, this thing has a clip I've added to the inside. Okay. And look at what I got here. So right here I got my ratchet system right here. I'll never lose it. All right. And I got my 2 bit selections also on it. See that? So I've got a lot more bits. Now I carry other things in here like an oil dropper, another screwdriver. This is my Gerber pop the cork basically on a water bottle. I also carry this for getting the sockets open. Okay, I carry a little knife. I carry the Leatherman ratchet system in there. So this carries quite a bit on the inside of my, of my sling. Nail clippers. I carry this too. This works with the Leatherman stuff also. So if I need to get a hold of like a screwdriver type of thing, I can attach bits or anything I want in there. For example, I can actually put the extension on here of the Leatherman and actually reef down. So I carry a couple magic markers, couple pencils, pens, little doodads like that, and everything goes in these small pockets, which is perfect when I need something. This goes down. In here I've got a compass, and when I pull this up, okay, my cell phone goes in here, not my compass. I don't know why that's going on. I need to put that someplace else. But I pull this up, and then my iPhone goes in there, and then I close this down. So We'll open this up. I've got some gloves in here if I need a pair of gloves. Just little doodads that, and I'll put the compass in with the gloves, that I may need. So, and this is a sling bag I wear. I think it weighs about 15 pounds, maybe lighter. It's really not that much heavier. But everything is kept, you know, in this flip pocket is where all my little tools are kept for the Leatherman. Now, this doesn't go out in the bush with me, obviously. The only thing that comes out in the bush with me is my leather case that goes on my side. All these other little tools aren't needed where there's wood and fires, right? Normally I need that stuff around when I got to do little doodads. But anyhow, that is all the extra things I own with the Leatherman. And like I said, I'll have the links in the bottom if you guys want to pick them up. But I wasn't trying to, put people down in that one video saying, well, if you can't afford the Ark, I guess it came off like that. But I was basically thinking in the back of my head, these guys have no idea what they're into until you start buying all these extras. And that's if you want to really expand your Leatherman into a quality working tool. These things are only $10, but when you start buying 5 of them, I mean, you're in the $50, right? Everything's $20, $10, but it all adds up very quickly when you're actually doing things with your Leatherman. But this gives me a complete kit. Now, I haven't decided on my sockets yet. I've been really overthinking that a lot, and I haven't made that decision yet. So I do need some sockets yet to make a decision on. If you know of some sockets I should put up, let me know in the comments. But this is everything I run with my Leatherman Ark. I'll catch you guys on the next one.